my main objective is, I guess, just to do something that I think is okay, that's acceptable to other people. Because I mean, you do a lot of stuff that you abandon or don't show, or just doesn't quite turn out for whatever reasons. My motto is rough enough is good enough, so it's not always perfect. Oh, some of the stuff I do is relatively incoherent, so it's not that important, as long as people, you know, understand it reasonably to some extent. I mean, people often misinterpret what you do anyway, so it's kind of doesn't matter in a way. Sometimes people like stuff that you've done that you may not like yourself particularly, or people don't like stuff that you think's quite good. I mean, some of the more unpleasant and horrible pictures I do are sometimes perhaps not appreciated as much as the prettier ones, which is again understandable. Yeah, music's changed probably more specifically than art because of the internet, really. I mean, that's changed music quite profoundly, and you know, moving away from actual concrete recordings like CDs and records to digital downloads and stuff like that. So yeah, music's changed a lot. I mean, art hasn't so much, although, you know, I mean, a lot of artists do obviously use the web to show their work, and it is a good way. I mean, the good thing about the web is it's kind of more democratic. You don't have to go through any cultural gatekeepers like, you know, dealers and critics and curators and record companies and radio stations. You can pretty much get it out there yourself. I mean, the disadvantage of that is you maybe get just too much stuff flooding the world, I guess, but then you just got to sift through it. They're both kind of similar. They're both artistic activities. The form is a little bit different. Music's more perhaps direct and more collaborative, because you're often playing with other people and the audience is right there in front of you. You can see their response pretty swiftly, whereas with art you're a little bit more distanced from any reaction to it, and for me it's more solitary because I don't collaborate much artistically. I prefer to just do it by myself. I mean, one of the tricky things for artists and musicians is to actually get your work out to a wider audience, and that, I mean, I had the advantage in a sense as an artist of doing graphics for t-shirts and things for Mambo, because that was an easy way of getting your art out onto the street, so to speak, rather than just showing in a gallery. Because I mean, showing in a gallery is fine too. I enjoy that, and galleries are nice, quiet, church-like places. But it's you know, the idea of sort of normal people appreciating art is something that appeals to me, and always has. You know, all I'm doing is expressing an opinion. You know, I mean, those things. I mean, a lot of people, you know, are annoyed or anxious or worried about stuff that goes on in the world, and so am I. And you know, if it's something that irritates me or I think is poor or is good or whatever, you're going to sort of refer to it. I mean, some of my work is about, I guess, some sort of criticism or resentment of sort of kind of power structures and hierarchies and big institutions like, you know, governments and the church and the bureaucracy and stuff like that, and class issues. Art and music have always been incredibly important to humans. I mean, it's just a way of sort of communicating with other people, really, and without it, I think it'd be a fairly grim and gloomy process.